Justin Fields is probably the most bailed out quarterback I've ever seen. And just to get this out of the way, I am a Steelers fan, but I'm just telling the truth. Without our amazing defense and special teams, we'd be winless. That's simple as that. We look back to the Atlanta Falcons game. All of our points came from field goals, from Chris Boswell, a kicker. And of course, add on the interceptions, the turnovers there. Do the same with the Broncos. Do the same with the Chargers. Without our defense and without our special teams, we would be winless. And we just blew out the Raiders. Thankfully, Aiden O'Connell being garbage and our defense and special teams being good once again. Our defense continues to spoon feed Justin Fields. Listen, I'm not trying to hate on the guy. He seems like a nice kid. He's athletic, but he just reminds me of a Kenny Pickett with speed. And I know you Justin Fields fans like to hold your nose and defend him, but 2 rushing touchdowns, running it in right when your defense puts you in great field position, it's just not that impressive. And without TJ Watt, we'd also be winless. I mean, he was always in the backfield today. Those 2 punch-outs were amazing. We had that blocked punt in the Raiders' territory put us in great field position. And then an interception also put us in great field position. We were also bailed out by the refs today. 2 weak roughing the passer calls. One which Justin Fields threw an interception on. And then another roughing the passer gets called and we end up scoring on that drive. Make no mistake, I'm happy that the Steelers win. But I'm happy because of our defense. I'm happy because of our special teams. I'm not happy and excited because of Justin Fields. 145 yards passing today. No touchdowns. He could have scored a touchdown if he threw it to the pylon with George Pickens. If you see this play right here, all he had to do was just lead George Pickens instead of underthrowing him, and he would have had a touchdown. It's just not that impressive to me when the defense puts Justin Fields in great field position, spoon feeds him, and then he runs it in. Grateful to see athleticism, but I feel like Steelers fans are just so used to mediocre QB play over the past 3 years where something like Justin Fields is just good enough. Najee Harris played amazing today as well. 14 carries, 106 yards and a touchdown. A great touchdown. I really love Najee Harris. I've always been a fan of Najee Harris. And I, of course, think with just a good offensive line, he'd be great. Now, you can say the same also with Justin Fields. Our offensive line's pretty bad, right? If we had a good offensive line, Justin Fields would be good. Well, the offensive line wasn't terrible today. Justin Fields definitely got sacked, definitely felt some pressure. But what Fields likes to do, which I noticed, is likes to run first. He's scared to throw downfield. He's also conservative. Like I keep mentioning, he's basically Kenny Pickett with speed or a Kenny Pickett with athleticism. We're 4-2, but the Falcons game is because of our defense and special teams. The Broncos game is because of our defense and special teams. Chargers game, defense and special teams, but also the injuries that we got lucky on with Justin Herbert and Joey Bosa going down. We lose back-to-back to the Colts and the Cowboys, go into the Raiders, a team that's obviously bad. All right, we knew the Raiders were bad. This is a win that we were expected to win, but I was hoping to see a good offensive performance. We have the Jets and the Giants back-to-back these next 2 weeks until we hit the bye at home, prime time. I just want to see some pass games going. Okay, it's good that we could beat the Raiders. It's good that we could beat the Broncos. Okay, it's good that we could beat teams barely by just relying on our defense and our special teams. But when it comes time to playoffs, alrighty, 8 straight years, no playoff wins. When it comes time to playoffs, is just doing that going to be good enough? When we face the Chiefs, is that going to be good enough? When we face the Ravens, is that going to be good enough? The Bengals, is that going to be good enough? Sure, we'll get that winning season this year again. Maybe we'll make a run for the division, but the passing game is not going to work. We see it with the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, great on the ground. Obviously, he's much better passing than Justin Fields, but he can win playoff games with a bad pass game. And I'm also just going to be looking out for Justin Fields. Always running is going to put you at injury risk. Alrighty, thankfully he's smarter, he slides, but eventually it could happen. Alrighty, listen, I'm rocking with Russell Wilson still. I feel like he just deserves the chance. I'm not saying that he's our savior, nor do I think Justin Fields is our savior. Anybody who thinks Justin Fields is our savior, anybody who thinks that we should be paying $100 million contract to Justin Fields because he scores rushing touchdowns because our defense spoon feeds him is delusional. I'm still rocking with Russell Wilson. I want to see him in there. I think he just deserves a chance. I think he'll open up our offense more. I think the passing game will be much better. We're not utilizing our weapons enough. George Pickens did drop some passes today. I'm not happiest with that. I've also not been the biggest fan of George Pickens already with his attitude since he got to Pittsburgh. But he drops some passes, but I also feel that he's a great wide receiver, a great athletic wide receiver that we could really utilize deep downfield. Pat Freiermuth, down the middle. All right, I want to see that. Roman Wilson made his debut. We threw to him like 0 times. I feel like if we had a good pass game, we'd have put up 40 points. But the whole point of this video really is just don't gas up Justin Fields. Don't act like he's our future. Don't act like Justin Fields is all that. He's a good game manager, no doubt about it. But the reason why we're winning isn't because of Justin Fields. It's because of our defense. It's because of our special teams. I don't care if I'm in the minority with this. I'm rocking with Russell Wilson. I want to see him behind center, our Super Bowl champion behind center. I feel like he'll open up the offense more. I'd love to see him play. I mean, Steelers are going to rock with Justin Fields because they're winning, alrighty? And I understand that. They don't want to mess up the IQ, the chemistry between him and his teammates. But it's not really looking that good anyway. I mean, it's our defense. It's our defense. It is what it is. it is what it is. We got the Jets, going to be a tougher team, of course, much tougher team than the Raiders. I want to see us score. I want to see us pass touchdowns. I want to see us have a good pass game. But let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of you guys like Justin Fields because he's exciting, he's athletic, he can run. I get that. But historically, that's not going to win us playoff games. Historically, that's not going to win us Super Bowls. We got to go more. We got to get more into it. We got to get a better passing game. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Steelers content always, boxing content always, sports content always. I'm out, guys. Peace.